Collective. Creator said, the victims who are guilty by association are being handled differently in spiritual court. It's like having a court case, and you have a case number and you go to the courts and you're looking for a certain department. And they're like, oh, no, 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 no. Your court is over here. You got to go across here. You got to go into a whole nother building. So the victims by association are being handled differently. Some of these people feel as though they need to be vindicated because they're innocent. Something about the North Node energy, abundance. Some of these people are trying to undo what they said, what they did. A lot of these people were victims by association, meaning they knew exactly what was going on with you, but maybe they did not intercede. How can one intercede from a distance if you're a watcher and you see somebody being spiritually mishandled or abused? Well, you can offer a prayer if you're being guided by Creator to pray for that person, right? It's not always hands-on. It's not about getting in anybody's business or interrupting the enemy while they're making a mistake. But some of these victims that are guilty by association, they were sitting back and watching and enjoying the spiritual abuse. This is why they have their own special spiritual court cases, because now they want to holler victim. They're all crying wolf. But when they knew what was going on with you, they may have not gotten their hands dirty per se, but Spirit is saying there's still blood on their hands because they were watching from a distance and they were enjoying the show. They knew people were attacking you and they did nothing. In fact, they were enjoying it. They are guilty by association. This is what Spirit is saying. Listen. Holy Spirit, beautiful divine angels, please guide me as I channel this energy, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Divine Mother, Divine Father, use my energy. Help me here. Ground me. Thank you, Gaia. To speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Give me peace that surpasses understanding. Also, the listeners of this message, give them peace in the truth. Because sometimes the truth comes out, and although you have an intuition and you feel like, sometimes when you know for sure, it can be a little unsettling. It can be a tad bit upsetting if you allow it. So we're asking that Archangel Raphael come in, Gabriel to blow the horn over healing for you, so that when you hear this message, even if it doesn't resonate and you're empathizing over somebody else's story, you will have peace that surpasses all understanding, outer standing, but more importantly, inner standing. Not necessarily in that order, but definitely that is on the board by way of inner standing, outer standing, understanding, or understanding, outer standing. Some of these people had an external understanding. They were always under your feet, but you always carried an inner standing. And this is why these people can't accept defeat. Listen, they were a part of it. They may not have said anything, but they were definitely there to get that gossip. They were definitely there checking in like, ooh, knowing what was going on, baby. They were tuning in every day like you were their favorite show, like you were their favorite episode. They're guilty by association. We call for divine judgment. We ask that the Creator come on time in divine timing. I ain't never seen Creator be late. So if something is still going on, then there's a reason for it. There's also a war going on by way of Aries energy, that ramming energy. Yeah, it's a headbutting situation. You got a lot of stiff neck, hard-headed ass people that were victims guilty by association. Clarify, crying wolf, because they don't want that judgment. Didn't I just tell you that karma was here? Clarify, Holy Spirit. Notice the new beginning. Notice the number 100 still breaks down to a 1. 2026, the number 10 still breaks down to a 1. This is your new beginning. This is where you reap the benefits for having what we like to consider an Ifa, Ewepele, or is it Iwapele? Either way, you got good karma. You may not have been perfect, but your intentions were divine. This is what Spirit is saying. Your intuition is what guided you. And now you get to reap the benefits. A lot of victims crying in spiritual court. No, 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 no. You got your own jurisdiction. There's big spiritual deliberations. Speak through me, Creator. Use my voice as a tool to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. A lot of people don't want this to come out. Guilty victims by association. Yeah, these are people that you showed love to. And they may not have been directly trying to hurt you, but they were definitely watching the show and they were definitely on the receiving end, getting updates on you to find out what was going on. They had put their bets on your enemy. So this is why they're guilty, but they can't play the victim. How you going to play the victim? But you're the victimizer. You gave these people love. Genesis 20:10, is it? Or is it 20:20? It's a scripture that's really beautiful. It says, I gave you love and you showed me hate. This is what Creator is saying. Love offering a reverse, self-love in a reverse. These people were sitting back, victims, guilty. They're playing the victim. They were sitting back though. They're full of it. Spirit says they were definitely involved. The moment they were on the receiving end of these lies, gossip, slander, and they knew that people were spiritually attacking you, they silently signed a contract, made a deal with the devil unconsciously. So now that they're being made conscious of it or aware, you got a lot of them hollering in spiritual court. Excuse me if I testify. We like, nah, you good. Just sit down. The judgment has already been handed in. This is the divine speaking. I just want to testify. We don't need you to. Have a seat. There was harm done. There was foul play. There was negligence. But I just want to testify. No, you were on the receiving end of it. Did you know the collective was being spiritually attacked? Please let me testify. No, because every time we let you testify, you lie. I'm just coming in with love and light. We don't want love and light from you. We want the truth. Clarify victims. Guilty by association. Karmic. So many people are trying to ignore the fact that they were karmic characters in the whole show, in the shit show, sitting back, kicking their feet up, maybe having a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe eating chips and salsa, maybe having a little bit of margarita. Somebody was enjoying the show, man. While you were being spiritually attacked, somebody felt there was no harm, no foul. If I just sit and watch, I'm not doing anything. I didn't do anything to you, but you were definitely enjoying the show and you put your bets, you placed your bets on the attacker. You said, oh yeah, they about to take her out. You made a prediction. You spoke upon the situation. You said, oh yeah, they about to drag him. Whenever you decide to put your mind, body, your soul, your thoughts, your intentions on a situation and believe that there's no harm, no foul, you are a victim that is guilty by association. But how can one be the victim when you were absolutely adding your 2 cents silently, known and unknown? Oh yeah, it's all about to be undone. They're about to go. Lay down. Spirit about to lay that ass down. You got single, sexy, independent in the reverse. Spirit is hitting them in their pockets first to humble them. Yes, it's the Creator that's humbling them. Can't nobody humble you, humble us, judge us, but divine Creator. Creator is saying, I've sent my messenger. You need to listen. Okay? Somebody just clicked off the video. Somebody's like, ooh, let me go to shop. Because they're watching divination. Somebody just clicked off the video. Somebody thought they were going to be a standard buyer. Somebody thought they were just going to add their 2 cents every here and there and just enjoy the show and watch you suffer in silence? Oh no, it's a whole community of people that are victims, guilty by association. The moment they put their mind on this situation, the moment that they could see all sides and they knew that you were innocent, but they were still watching and they did nothing. They didn't offer a prayer for you. They didn't say, oh my God, this is wrong. Oh my God. When they picked up the phone, they received all that hot topic, hot gossip, hot trashy ass talk. They were on the receiving end and they gave responses like, ooh, that's crazy. But they extended their ear. They leaned in. They whispered. Yeah, and I heard. Yeah, they said she this. Uh-huh. They said that he. But you sat on the phone and you got off the phone feeling as though you were innocent. That was a foolish pursuit. That was the biggest lie that these people could have told themselves. But they tuned in every day to see how things were going. They're tuned in, baby. They were getting comfortable. They're like, shoot, I'm about to see what's going on. And they felt like, I'm not doing anything. But you know what's going on. You know that what these people are doing to collective is wrong. Victims by association, as you're an abuser. Just like the people that you watch abuse collective. You're definitely included in the judgment. There's no way around it. We don't need you to testify. The decisions have already been handled. And some of y'all's ancestors showed up to spiritual court just to abandon you. Spirit says their ancestors picked them up just to drop them off and surrender that ass to spiritual jail. I cannot make it up. I cannot make it up. All tied up, all lied out. Some of these people are shocked that they're being pulled into spiritual court. Why? Because they're like, I didn't do anything, but you knew what was going on. That's a rhetorical question. That's not a question. Because if you ask these people if they were involved, leave it to them, their distorted way of thinking, they're just going to lie. And because the truth is moving through the world on a planetary level, it's some supernatural beings, woo, guiding us. They even mock that. Oh, the spirit said, I'm about to show them something. I didn't do nothing to you. I don't even know how to do that stuff. I didn't do nothing to you. Lying. But you sat back and you watched. You enjoyed the show. You judged. You made a decision behind the scenes that what was happening to collective was something that you didn't need to intervene on. Somebody's saying, what was I supposed to do? Maybe you could have said a prayer. Maybe you could have told the person that was putting something in your ear, like, that's not right. Why are y'all doing that? Like, that's not cool. That's crazy. Yeah. And you mad because you're a part of this destruction? You're guilty by association. You can't be a victim by association and not be guilty by association. Complete and total destruction is coming. I can't make it up. This is coming from the creator. You were obsessively watching the show. Let the truth be told. Don't like it? Pray about it. Don't like it? Go to creator. Don't shoot. I am the messenger. And my spirit team, they shoot back and they don't miss. They go for the head. They're assassins. There's a perimeter around the truth speakers, and the truth seekers do not cross these enemy lines. These people were obsessively watching the show, watching people attack you left and right. Some of them may have even thrown a rock and hit in their hand. What's throwing a rock? Well, you speak upon the situation. You think upon the situation. You obsess over the situation. You can't wait to get back to tune in to your favorite show. Somebody was very comfortable in their sin, man. They were kicking up their feet like, damn, they about to unalive her. Yeah, they about to unalive him. Your own ancestors showed up to spiritual court just to drop you off. You are not a victim. You are absolutely a participant. Somebody is walking around and they can no longer speak in a victim's mentality. They can no longer petition the creator and saying that they had nothing to do with it, because they did. Spirits keep saying the moment they lended an ear, the moment they lended a thought, the moment they spoke upon it and was wondering, I wondered what's going on. They were like, oh, I'm about to watch this show. And in the middle of all of this tumultuous situation, Creator is still showing up for the chosen one. And this enraged the onlookers, the watchers, who at some point were just watching. Because remember, they put their bets on the enemy. So now they're getting mad. They're getting involved. It's like watching a football game and you get mad because your team lost, but you're not even on the field throwing a ball. Like, what the hell are you doing? I don't want to talk today. The Eagles lost. What are you talking about? What type of illusion are you under? And this is how somebody saw it. They saw this spiritual warfare as a sport. Somebody had placed their bets. Now they want to cry victim. There's a special place for these people in spiritual court, because the divine kept showing up like, I told you this is my person. I told you this is my chosen one. I'm going to rise them above this situation each and every time. They cannot lose because the Creator hired this person. So who the hell is out here firing at somebody, trying to fire you out of a position that belongs to you? There's more than enough spots on this stage, but they're very designated. They only have names on them that belong to the person that has that name by way of the Creator. Everybody wanted to be on this stage. These are people that stood in line for a slice of the devil's pie. How did they do that? They made phone calls, they text, they screenshot. Hey, what's going on with such and such? Oh yeah, she posted something. Well, he said that. Well, yeah, I ain't seen him online. Yeah, they said he's sick. That's how they were placing their bets. And each and every time you showed up as a rising star, unbothered, in this energy of achievement and karma, Spirit kept showing them the truth. Thank you, Spirit. Clear this energy. These people were expecting for you to pass away, but the divine kept showing up each and every time. So now the story and the plot thickens, because as all this spiritual warfare was being done to you, or so they thought, because Creator is saying, I hid you in my secret refuge. They never really knew the outcome. That was a part of divine intervention. They never knew the outcome. Now they sitting up like, waiting. You're supposed to have been unalive by now. Based on what we did, and we involved other people, you got whole groups, communities, associations finding their best worker, yada, yada, sis, boom, bob, whatever. Creator says, I don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. Now these people are showing up in spiritual court. I just want to testify. No, you ain't testifying against a damn thing. How can you testify when the story has already been told? The story was never meant to be sold by way of gossip. You sold yourself a lie, you received a lie, and now you want to be victimized by your lies? Or are you being victimized by your lies? You don't want to be victimized by your lies, but you got complete and total destruction. Spirit says, they all about to go lay down. They're about to go lay down. They're about to get laid out. Spirit is even taking away their anger, like the audacity of anger. You don't even have the right to be mad. When Spirit started taking away your emotions, when you try to cry in spiritual court, but you know you a liar, and Spirit dry your tears up, it's like a father, like an Abba, like a mother saying, Stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Matter of fact, Creator said, I'm about to give them something to cry about. That Aries energy came through fiery. That Aries energy came through lit. And now it's real. It's real. Spirit says the court calendar is full. These people have their own jurisdiction. There's a special place for people that are guilty by association. They collaborated and they lied about it. Hold on, y'all. They lied about it. I can't make it up. Three of Pentacles, that's collaborations. That's watching the show. That's enjoying the show, placing their bet. And then they became, these people initially started out quite innocently. And Spirit is saying that this was an opportunity for them to really see themselves, because this was a test of their character. What they said in those conversations, how they got so engaged in what people were doing to you, collective, that revealed their character. That was an opportunity for them to work in honesty. I always tell the story about how I had to walk away from a friend one time. Well, not a friend, but just a very unhappy person. Okay. Long story short, we were like sitting in a group, like hanging out. Like we would go to like the winery, wine taste. You know, it's very nice in Temecula, California. If you've been there, go there. It's beautiful. They have like music in the woods, in the vineyard. It's absolutely beautiful. The place that we were at the time was called Cabernet Hill. Oh, chocolate champagne, and it's wine tasting. You just sip and you hang out and you converse and you have a good time. Well, it was a beautiful day for me. I came to enjoy myself and I was in the group of a whole bunch of people. And this is when I was really going through my spiritual awakening, praying for the truth, and Spirit started to reveal certain people around me. And so one of the really lovely young ladies, she got up to go to the restroom. And so the other girl, she leans in real close. She's like, do you see what she's wearing? My spidey senses went off. I was like, ooh, my skin began to itch. My arms began to ache. I could feel the envy. I could feel the way this person waited for this person to get up and walk away to talk about them. So it didn't take long for me to realize that when I got up to go to the restroom, there was 100% chance she was probably talking about me too. And she says, oh, did you see what she was wearing? That's not for her body type. I said, that's what she wants to wear. Why is that bothering you? She didn't like my response. True story. I said, I think it's cute. I said, I think the fact that she likes it is just beautiful. Like, I love the fact that she loves that for her. Because how is somebody's hair color, outfit going to bother me? And why am I allowing that? And what am I deflecting from? It didn't take long for me to realize that this person wanted all the attention on everybody else but themselves because they were really the raggedy one. It's like, wait a minute, but you got the house, you got the money, you got the cars. Oh, you ain't got no peace. Okay. So this person wanted to initiate me into being somebody that would eventually be guilty by association. Now, I didn't say anything. I silently bowed out gracefully. I didn't run back to the other girl. I was like, yeah, she said this. I just said, interesting. Well, this is not a reflection of who I am and my character. I gotta go. This reminds me of that energy. Let's tap into it. If you're just now coming into spiritual court, welcome. Bring your divine ancestors with you. Bring your higher self. Bring your light team, your spirit team. Bring your angels to help you decide what you need to sift through. And just ask for the truth. You ain't got to do much. Just pray and watch. Hey, Creator, show me the truth in all things, in all areas. Right now, known and unknown. Everything done in the dark, let it come to the light. It's a very simple prayer. You got to know that you're going to see the truth. And when you see the truth, just know that you'll have peace in it. It won't upset you. Because your intuition is going to say, damn, I knew that. Five of Swords, you got a lot of victims out here. Seemingly victims. Child, they are not victims. They signed up for it. They leaned in, baby. They leaned in, honey. They leaned in. They were ready, honey. They were watching the show. Show me this energy. Spirit said, I'm about to lay all of them out. There's a special place for them. Yeah, dark witches. I can't make this up. High priestess in the reverse with the Eight of Pentacles. That's toil and labor, working really, really hard to destroy somebody. Some of these people went to dark workers to gain some type of wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. That's wish fulfillment, to penetrate your dreams. Some of them were coming in your dream state to try to take your energy or to try to see what was going on. The devil's ass is in the reverse. How else is he going to be? That work backfired. These are the people that were watching the people attack you. That's what these people are. Show me their people. Show me their practitioners. Expose the truth. They were harvesting off of you. With the Four of Pentacles, they can harvest no more. You may have called your energy back, and some of these people were trying to curse you. As you were calling back your energy, snatching back your power. Four of Pentacles in the reverse, they went to practitioners, dark witches, to harvest your energy. Some of these people could be calling you from scam likely numbers. Okay, that's what I just heard. Yeah, something about interruptions. They want to interrupt you. Clarify the Queen of Swords in the reverse, speaking curses. Somebody went to a spellcaster. Whoever this person is, this person speaks curses towards people. This person has been successful with really like destroying people with their words. This person is losing, whoever these practitioners are. Now you have people, we're going to call them the peanut gallery, okay? They stood by the sidelines. They had a lot to say, but in their minds, they did not feel guilty for what was happening to you. But the moment they engaged, the moment they fell for the trick of the enemy, the moment they kept tuning in to see if you were done, was when they sold their soul. It was a slow kill, though. These are people that slowly went through some type of a demise, because Spirit is showing me that their character was being tested to see if they were going to be honest. This is why it was slow. This is why it was diligent. This is why the killing, by way of them being the victims, ultimately, are coming to the realization towards the end of a battle as they saw you ascend that they were actually the ones that were like being victimized by this. These are the people that stood by and watched and did nothing. It was a slow kill, because with every conversation, every text message, every screenshot, every thought, every this, every deed, every time they tuned in to see, just to watch and not offer like decency by way of morality, they slowly lost their place with source. Creators like you watching a chosen one be attacked, and now you want to come running into court. Queen of Swords in the reverse is somebody gossiping their ass off, talking real bad. Six of Wands in the reverse. It was a slow kill because Spirit says that was grace and mercy. Every conversation gave them an opportunity, to tap into their moral compass. Thank you, angels. Every conversation was an opportunity for them to disengage from demonic activity. Every opportunity that they saw people attacking you was a moment that they could have intervened with prayer. They could have said, you know what, Creator, I see what they're doing to this chosen one. This is wrong. They didn't do that. They just sat back to watch the show. Somebody was sitting back saying, I'm just waiting to see what the wall's going to look like. Like, what? Clarify what's going on. I just heard, until you do right by me, everything you touch will crumble. And that's the truth. Star energy. Healer energy, starseed energy. Yeah, these people were projecting illusions out to you or on you through gossip, through spell work, casting, paying workers. So somebody was really confident in the spell work that they were paying for. Let's get to it. Show us these workers, these dark ass witches. They were confident. They paid for the spell work, turned their back, and then they went to go gossip because that amplifies the spell work. This is where they got their confidence. Thank you, Spirit. It's like going to pay a worker and then getting on the phone with a lot of people like, yeah, this person, this and this and this and this, because their confidence was in the dark witch that they were paying to do the work. So this was supposed to add additional razzle dazzle. This was supposed to make it manifest a little faster. Somebody was sealing the deal with them nasty ass, flapping ass, mouth almighty, nasty, ain't got no power in your tongue. That's everlasting. You ain't gonna be satisfied until Spirit lay that ass down. The Six of Cups. This is Spirit is set. Come through, Holy Spirit. Clarify, Creator. What happened? They were confident. Yeah, somebody was putting the icing on the cake when they were gossiping, talking. knowing that they had just like paid a spellcaster to project illusions onto a star. Big jealousy energy. Spirit says their biggest fear was that people would see that you were a decent person, and that would absolutely reveal that they were immoral. So at some point, this person just wanted people to engage in order to bring people into their misery. This amplifies it. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow. This is what this energy is. Queen of Swords in the reverse is wicked. They're ungrounded. They don't never say anything nice. They're never positive. And even when they act like they're happy, they're really miserable. It's a miserable human beings, okay? It's a group of people. So they planted these seeds of gossip and they sat back and waited for it to grow, because the spell work is nothing unless you get people involved in a belief system that what they're doing to a star seed is correct and what it's right. How can you make something wrong right? Spirit says, I'm about to show them. They're all about to go lay down. They're about to go lay down. Last time I checked, this was a tower, and it's in the reverse. Clarify, Holy Spirit, victims by association. There's a special place for you. There's a special place for you. Oh, hold on. The Three of Wands. Spirit says these are watchers that watched to see if what this Queen of Swords energy was going to tell them. Now they're all stressed out and weighed down. Because I hear somebody saying, what did I do? I didn't do nothing. She came to me and she told me and she this. This is coming from the divine. And the divine says you will be silenced. Everything you spoke in or said and received and entertained will be made earthbound. You about to be silenced. Ace of Pentacles, they can't take the stand. Yeah, all this begging with the Ten of Wands on your back. Please let us testify. We like, hell no. For what? Testify to what? We already know what you did, honey. The Hierophant is here. What you thought? You thought it was a game? If it was a game, these people are losing at their own game. But it was never a game. It was always a setup, Spirit said. Now they feel set up by the divine. Yeah, they do. Because they was out of line. That shit backfired so bad. You got Santa Muerta here. A lot of people played around in death, y'all, with conversations that were dead energies, speaking endings towards you. The Nine of Wands in the reverse is like you don't have no prosecution. You don't have no defense. If you need an attorney, one will not be assigned to you. Your own ancestors pulled up, picked you up. And I'm speaking to the karmics. We know that, divine collective. This was Spirit is saying directly to these karmic people. Your ancestors picked you up and dropped you off in spiritual court, did not show up to defend you or prosecute on your behalf. And you're crying, please let me testify. You are in spiritual court trying to represent yourself, and a gag order has been placed on you because that true spell is whooping your ass, ain't it? Okay. Death in the reverse with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Aries energy is coming with fire. I ain't never really seen nothing burned down that can be put back together. Oh, it was taboo, honey. Baby, the moon is in the sky right now, and the sun too. They're always in the sky at the same time. But when you can visually see the moon and the sun in the sky at the same time, Spirit is letting me know this full moon on the 17th, 1 plus 7 is 8. Oh, clarify this full moon coming up on the 17th. It's about the Spirit said, I'm about to lay that ass down. The Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Ooh. Lay down. Spirit about to hit them in their pockets first to humble them in the presence of the divine. Not me, not you, collective, but we know that. That's stating the obvious. We don't need to humble anybody. Everybody's standing in line now for a slice of some humble ass pie. Wait. Were y'all not just engaging, standing in line, asking what's going on, when, what, why, where, what had happened weren't you just standing in line for a slice of the devil's pie? Y'all was some spiritual thugs. Now you got a spiritual mug. Now you got a spiritual butt. You stood in line for a slice of the devil's pie. Spirit said, collective, There's no justice. There's just us. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. Oh, yeah, they don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. Spirit is about, listen, okay. If I could tell them what was going to happen, they wouldn't believe it. Spirit says it's going to be a surprise. Wait for it. The Ace of Wands represents divine intervention. That's Aries energy. That's war. That's a holy war. That's ancient battles. Because these battles were over. They're done. You got a lot of people that are begging. Please let me testify. Is them begging for the cycle to be open for them to redo, undo their conversations. But the fact that it was slow and steady, Spirit is saying we allowed them an ample amount of opportunity to disengage. And each and every conversation, thought, word only revealed their character. So now that that is here representing them, they're asking for the cycle to stay open. Well, that's not possible because we're in the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Ten of Cups, that's soul tribe family. That's kindred souls. So say I, so say me, my inner me, so say we. We ain't got no enemies. We ain't got no damn enemies. These people are literally case studies. They're just something to be observed. Now they're being absorbed with judgment. Spirit says, I'm about to lay their ass down. They don't see it. Five of Pentacles. This is to humble them. They should have been paying attention to their earthly responsibilities. And when I mean earthly responsibilities, I mean their own life. That's what staying in your own lane looks like. But once you become aware that somebody is attacking somebody and you don't do anything to protect yourself, one, meaning you move away from chaos, kick your feet and your peace shall return unto you, and you engage, you pretty much might as well just be the person that's pulling the trigger, trying to shoot down collective with that nasty ass tongue. That nasty ass tongue ain't going nowhere. Spirit says, I'm about to show them. They want to testify. Knight of Pentacles. Clarify this Queen of Swords in the reverse. You got the King of Cups energy came up. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Something about this next full moon. They will miss opportunities. They don't see it. They're really trying to undo what they said. A lot of lies being spoken. I just heard every time they speak a lie, the Ace of Swords just comes in and chops it down. Literally. Literally, these words ain't holding no weight. These are false apologies, false illusions of apologies with the Seven of Cups to keep collective in some type of an illusion, but you can't keep collective in an illusion, and you definitely can't go with us. The Chariot is in the reverse. Where the hell are y'all going? And the King of Swords in the reverse is like words that fall down immediately. Evil words, evil eye, nasty energy. Uh-oh, my left ear. What's going on, Spirit? Thank you, Divine. They're about to go to their own jurisdiction in spiritual court because judgment has been called down by the Creator, the Divine. That's why my left ear is itching and ringing. Clarify, Holy Spirit, what is the deal? What is going on? We don't want any apologies. Piss poor apologies are not being accepted. They are being rejected. That's law. Clarify, Spirit, truth is here. Queen of Cups energy, divine mother, divine sister, divine woman, divine masculine, divine father, Abba, mother. Listen, you hold a certain rank and you show so much compassion in the middle of what appeared to be chaos. You literally assimilated to the characteristics of the divine: peace, love, light. But see, a lot of people don't know that the divine is also war. The love that the Creator has for the divine kindred souls collective is a love that will tear this bitch up. So this fire element with Aries, this is why you haven't noticed that a lot of the readers that are real, like high priestess, the energy has been given a little oomph, a little fire, because we're watching people do dumb things and then lie about it. You on the stand stuttering Stanley and Shirley, negative Nancy, gossiping Gretchen and Gregory. Y'all asses is on the stand. Clarify. Yeah. You don't need to testify. You don't need to testify. Whatever this is, your testimony is not being received. You coming off as a stiff-necked people with the hangman in the reverse. Spirit is saying there was more than an ample amount of time for these people to do the right thing. And this is why the judgment is so harsh. Too much has been done. Yes, you can absolutely do too much. Y'all passed that law 60 times 60 by way of forgiveness. You've exhausted. I don't ever want to imagine for my lineage, my bloodline, what it looks like for people to have exhausted the kindness of Creator to where Creator is just like, I'm just about to lay y'all down. 60 times 60, that's a lot of it's a lot of space and peace in the middle of catastrophes that gave an opportunity for people to change their character when it came to knowing about what was happening to you. How can one rest at night knowing that somebody is being abused? And you know the right thing to do. This is why the judgment's coming down harder, because these people knew that things were being done wrong to you. They knew that there were lies being told on you. These are the people that are hiding in the shadows right now. But now that we're eliminating the darkness, fire is here. We are the ones that are lighting the bridge on fire to guide our way. That's what the Ace of Wands is. Creator is saying, we are burning this bitch down and there's nothing you can do about it. Hangman in the reverse is stubborn. Sick neck. Sick neck? Sickness? Why did I say sick neck? I meant to say stiff neck. Why did I say sick neck? Creator, use me as a vessel to speak the truth. Yeah, because the truth is here. Everything in the dark is coming to the light. The sun is in the sky. And the moon is in the sky. Stiff-necked people. Somebody could be sick with death in the reverse. Death rituals, sickness rituals, poverty rituals, the shit, all of it. Backfire. Spirit just says they can't catch a break. If it ain't one thing, it's another. That's what Spirit just said. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's like shots being fired in the ethers. The angels are like, you got people going, wait, it's off with their head. In mid-conversation. Spirit said in mid-lying tongue, angels walking up on people in the ethers. They like, but, off with their head, off with their tongue, cutting them lying ass tongues out. They can only speak the truth. And even when they think that they're lying real good, they're speaking the truth. You got the Queen of Swords in the reverse and the King of Swords in the reverse. That's some nasty energy. That's some nasty, like I'm talking, they spoke nasty things. Curses that they desperately needed to resonate with you because they had already paid the dark high priestess. They were just adding in addition to the work that was being done behind the scenes that everybody knew about was being done to you that was wrong. They were simply adding in addition to what these dark high priestesses were doing, what they were paying for, hoping to make it so. Now something good is coming in for you because Spirit is saying, I'm about to show them. It's not going to be the way they thought. Yeah, my left ear is ringing. Oh, somebody is pissed off. Stop lying in spiritual court with your dumb ass. Four of Wands in the reverse. Communities, associations, big, tall, little, skinny, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Covens. This is like all covens under judgment. All of them. Worldwide, yeah. Planetary, yeah. Judgment. Five of Pentacles. Tables are about to turn. If you knew what was going on and you did nothing and you were on the receiving end, even if you sat back and said nothing and you watched and you knew that this was wrong and you knew right from wrong, Spirit says the reason why it took so long for these towers to come into the reverse is because Spirit was giving them signs along the way, synchronicities, giving them an opportunity to see their character in the middle of a situation that they feel they were hands off with. No, you got blood on your hands. Six of Wands in the reverse. I can make this up. So to be in spiritual court and be like, I just want to testify, it's an insult. Don't insult the divine. Don't tempt Creator because you're just going to get death in every aspect of your life. Some of these people might be praying to die. Well, what happens when you pray for death and it don't come? That's in Revelations. Final judgment. Some of these people will be tormented by the things that they did, they said, and they're going to be begging to die. Like, just take me. Hell no, you're going to live this thing out. And even if you try to take your own life, karmics, and you're successful, You're just going to be in purgatory, in between realms, as a wandering soul, silence. Well, I mean, what? Like your whole essence will be eliminated, buried in the ground, sprinkled in the ocean. Don't matter. No matter where you go on this planet, you're going to get this judgment. Because there was too much time to disengage from negligent behavior, to turn off the tell lie vision, all the lies, all the visions that were being projected out. There was time to turn off the show, but people were enjoying the show. They didn't have no lives anyway, so they tuning in, tapping in, trying to find you on social media, trying to see what was going on. They engaged. Spirit says there were synchronicities, there were signs, there were whispers. Hey, you know what they're saying about that person is a lie. You know what they're doing to this person is wrong. These people turned a blind eye, and then they turned a deaf ear when it was convenient for them. But they really were enjoying it. They really did want to see you destroyed. This is what Spirit is saying. Yeah, that was their intention. And that's what's under judgment. And this creator coming through. I will be using the Intuitive Kev's extra deck. Big shout out to the Intuitive Gang, Gang, Gang. These are my favorite cards, y'all. I love these cards. I can feel that the creator created these cards with love. And I'm very happy to have these cards. They are a blessing. They are an extension to my gift. And they are dedicated to the divine. And I'm very happy about that. God bless the hands of the man that created the cards. A lot of these people out here lying, okay? Holy Spirit, divine angels. If you are just now coming into the chat, make sure you check the chat. Some of the people that are commented are a part of these covens, okay? Anything written, typed, unknown, known, and unknown thought is under judgment. So if there's anybody here trying to project out a hex, a curse, a lie, you're going to feel it immediately in your loins. So when you start to ache and you feel like, oh my God, death is here, you're going to be absolutely correct about that. This platform is created by the Creator, co-created with me, because this is my purpose. So if you're coming here to have any forms of ill intentions, as I bear no ill will towards you, you will click off this video, or when it ends, you will absolutely feel the wrath of God immediately. It's Aries energy. It's fire. I'm in a very fiery energy. I like that. It's subdued though with water elements because it's a holy fire. These people are feeling insecure and desperate. They're in doubt. Yeah, your magic backfired. Somebody thought they were more powerful than the divine. That's an unfortunate way of being. Needless to say, we all have free will. Do what you want. Do what you can. Whoever these siblings are, family members, they're done. Okay? You're going to get news about it. Your spirit team is bringing you downloads to let you know that something is coming. So you can feel it in the air. You know that something is tiptoeing. There's a judgment. You know that something's about to break. Spirit says the bowels are about to break. You can feel it. And this is what it is. Your angels are giving you messages, downloads. Pay attention to your dream state. Something about you having a victory and overcoming one of the biggest ancient battles of all of your lifetimes. They don't like the fact that you're doing something new up under the sun. They love putting creator in a box. People that say there's nothing new up under the sun, I stay away from people like that. They're in a loop. They have no creativity. They're not connected to eternal. Why you think it's nothing new up under the sun? Why wouldn't you want something new up under the sun? Do you see the state of the world? Why are you making that law? Because you don't want something to change. Look at the world. There's so much that needs to change. So when do you decide that you're going to be the something new that changes the world? If we keep doing the same thing, it doesn't take long. It's remedial spiritually to know that we're going to keep getting the same outcome. It ain't nothing new up under the sun. It ain't been done. That's a lie. That's a big lying ass word. And the truth spell is cutting through it. That's what they don't like, because this is what put them in an unfortunate circumstance. Because they believed that, they kept doing the same thing, expecting the same outcome. That's a form of insanity. Why wouldn't the creator send in messengers to change the things that have already happened? Because apparently being something new up under the sun is not a spiritual flex. That means that these people were predicting outcomes because ain't nothing new up under the sun. They're doing the same thing over and over. There's no ascension in that. In order to ascend, one has to be a different person. In order to be a different person, you have to be renewed by the renewing of your mind. You can't put old wine into old wineskin. So how can one be the same? And I feel like their magic was predicated on you doing the same thing, collective, blindly forgiving them. So when you decided not to follow whatever this was and ignore the signs that these people were absolutely just horrible energies, horrible people, you did something new up under the sun. You walked away. They sat back, they waited, anticipated expectations. Oh, she'll be back. Oh, he'll be back. But when you didn't come back, you did something new. Ain't that something new up under the sun? Because their magic was predicated on you coming back. That's why they did the binding spell. Okay. Seriously, I'm about to lay their ass down and send their ass to hell. A lot of love spells, a lot of soul ties broken. You had a sibling doing sex magic over you, okay? To get your energy, to get your destiny. You're unbothered, untouched. You're doing something different that you've never done in any of your lifetimes. You are the walking, breathing, living word. It is something new up under the sun. Spirit just says they wish you were the same. Let them wish. Alpha energy, independent leader, dominant, assertive. And when this means dominant, you dominate your own life. You take a stance. You're grounded. You're standing your ground. You're saying, this is the way it's going to go. Not like that over there, not like what he said or what she said. Here's how my life is going to go. This is my life and I will live it the way I want to. It's a Zen state of mind. You're doing something different that you ain't never done in any lifetime. And these people had you calculated. And now they sitting up realizing they don't know a damn thing. Guilt, remorse, sadness. Victims who are guilty by association, not so much. Y'all are guilty by association. We're going to eliminate victim because these people don't have the right to be victims. Y'all all stood in line for a slice of the devil's pie. Let's just be honest. Yeah. I'm never wrong. Yes, you are. And you're a liar. And Spirit says, I'm about to cut your lying tongue off because the Ace of Swords is getting more and more powerful. You see the truth coming out? Pay attention to the media. Don't you see the truth coming out? Something about you being attractive, collective. You could be a masculine in this alluring energy or a feminine. Some of you got that Benjamin Button. You look real young. You know why? Because you're not harboring any resentment. What's the secret to you? A light heart, a cheerful heart, being happy. That's really the secret. That is no longer a secret. It never has been. Do the right thing and good things happen. Even when it feels like you need to take things into your own hands. Because Spirit just says, even when you got angry, collective, you had the right to be mad. Because people wanted to keep playing in your face. Somebody's like, I know what they're going to do. So you're doing your magic predicated on what you think collective is going to do. So in order to determine that, one has to watch you constantly and study you to see how you're going to move in order to determine your next move. And then they go do their magic based on that. This is where you saw a lot of people going and getting divination to see if you had love coming in so they can go back to their altar and know how to work it. The only issue here is they watched you so much that they abandoned their life and didn't even know it. They lost themselves years ago and didn't even know it. These people need to go find themselves. But before they can do that, they have to tell the truth. And there's a whole bunch of malignant narcissists, covert narcissists that were coerced by way of gossip and lies that are saying, I'm never wrong. This person do the same thing over and over. They don't do nothing new up under the sun. Now you coming out as an eternal being, co-creating with source. Spirit says it goes without saying, you are not the same person. Like, I'm not the same. Yes, you are. There's nothing new. What? There's nothing new about you. Now y'all are sitting up talking about testifying. These are illusions. We ain't got time for your lies. Charlatan, trickster. I just heard trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. Is that what you want to do? We're going to give you this game over. This reading is done. Yeah, this reading is done. Gossip, talking, running that mouth. Some of them are still running their mouth. Spirit says, I'm about to shut them up. So good that everybody will know that it was Source that did it and nothing else. Big shout out to this Aries energy. Man, this fire, I'm just like, ooh, it's intense, man. It's intense. The fire is literally burning down these illusions, these tricks or treat. It's a game over. Only the truth can be said, spoken, and exposed. That's it. Love and light. Nah, I don't need love and light. I need the truth. We got love and light. That light gonna set your ass on fire. Light is hot. We need enlightenment. You need to ignite your own inner flame, your own twin flame within, your own bride and groom within. That's the Spirit just said. Now they want to come in and testify looking like this. First of all, you ain't took a spiritual bath in a month of Sundays. And when I mean by a month of Sundays, I mean your soul is filthy. Spirit says, I'm about to expose them for the filth that they tried to project onto the collective. And there won't be anybody to help them clean it up because now they got to figure out who they are. Remember, these are people that were so engaged in your life that in order to do their magic, they had to watch you constantly. It became an obsession. Years went by. And now they can't tune into their favorite show. Now their life is a full-blown shit show. You don't have the right to approach the Most High God. You ain't got the right. Holy Spirit, divine angels, Gaia, thank you for keeping me grounded. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, Raphael. Thank you, Uriel. Thank you for bringing balance. Thank you to the Orisha. Big shout out to the divine ancestors for revealing the truth through their earthly experiences as they ascend to their highest realms of good. Big shout out to the angels that are taking all the wandering souls who want to go towards source where they need to be. Big shout out to the divine creator for calling judgment on the underworld. Big shout out to Anubis. I just heard the watchdog, the watchman. A lot of watchers are getting in trouble. A lot of people that had the sight to see, the gift of sight, that could see spirits, know spirits, they ignored, they turned their head. They didn't want to look. I just heard Papa Legba at the crossroads. Yeah, judgment is being called down at the crossroads. That's where it's at. Because at the crossroads, you got the gatekeeper, you got fate, you got judgment, you got Santa Muerta, you got the angels of death and Oya energy. So Aries energy is bringing in Oya energy. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, it's war. This Spirit is saying something about the fire in your heart, the desire in your heart, and what everybody desired for themselves and other people is what's under judgment. Close this door, please, and thank you. This does conclude this reading. Thank you for watching Spiritual Core TV. Tune in for the next episode coming up next. Big shout out to everybody that is watching the readings back to back. Aries energy is so intense. We're going to get into some more readings. Big shout out to the people that joined the memberships. I will see you soon with more readings. Until then, as always, peace be with you.